they came and he was taken into handcuffs. I told you that on the phone.
You ever notice how every family has that one dark rumor nobody wants to say out loud? Well, the Frosts said, forget the whispers, let's turn this into an urban legend. Enter the tale of Kai Frost, alleged shooter, his sister Kelsey, the supposed honey trap, and poor T-Hood.
Frosted K, meaning Kelsey, set my brother up and had her brother pow him and say she didn't know he pow-powed my brother 5 times in the back, the stomach, and the
who walked straight into a setup that makes an episode of Law Order Atlanta Unit look like a rom-com. The allegation goes like this. Kelsey lured her man T-Hood into what he thought was just another late-night pull-up.
T-Hood family dropped the phone recording with Kelsey Frost on the other end!
Instead, he supposedly strolled into the Frosts' real-life reenactment of the Godfather Picture It, Kelsey batting her lashes, texting pull-up, while her brothers allegedly cleaned the barrels like they were polishing trophies. Then boom. Shots fired, trap closed, family drama at an all-time high. Now, whether you believe it or not, the streets had a field day. Memes flew faster than bullets. Folks were on Twitter like, Kirk Frost out here producing crime scenes instead of hit singles. One even joked,
lovingest couple I've ever seen. For that to even be like that, that's mind-boggling, you feel me?
I'm communicating with you, but you're not communicating with me, and that ain't cool.
I was communicating
no, you
with
wasn't.
Yeah. She got that thing working.
The only thing colder than Rashida's bars is that Frost family cleanup crew. Savage. Picture this, a luxury trip, beautiful resort vibes, Rashida trying to keep it cute in her sundress, and then bam, Kirk's infidelity explodes on national TV like a gender reveal gone wrong. No fireworks, just fireworks of betrayal. Instead of sipping pina coladas, Rashida got served receipts, screenshots, whispers, side chick drama. It was like a tropical version of Cheaters. The producers didn't even need to stir the pot. Kirk stirred it himself. Dude was smiling on camera like a man who thought he could outsmart the edit. Spoiler alert, VH1 editors have no mercy. They cut that footage like a Quentin Tarantino film. Every angle, every awkward silence, every Rashida eye roll was immortalized forever. And the backlash? Instant. Fans weren't tweeting about palm trees or cocktails. They were tweeting, Rashida sis, leave that man stranded at the resort. One viral comment said, Kirk Frost went on vacation and came back divorced in spirit.
Baby with some chick. And
What?
I'm thinking it's a joke. So I'm looking like, okay, really? I got a baby with a chick, cool. But then the broad come walking out the back.
Well, who was the broad?
Some drunk broad stumbling at the bar and like...
What's her name?
Jasmine.
Savage. But let's not pretend Kirk didn't know what he was doing. This man has built an entire reality TV career on being the villain husband. He turned Rashida's tears into ratings. While other men are planning surprise spa days, Kirk's surprise was another woman's number in his phone. Sir, who raised you? The irony is, the getaway was supposed to heal their marriage. Instead, it turned into the perfect backdrop for humiliation. Nothing screams romance is dead louder than finding out your man's side piece has been DMing him while you're sipping frozen daiquiris. At this point, Rashida deserved hazard pay just for filming the season. By the end of the episode, Rashida wasn't the only one mad. Fans were furious, bloggers had a field day, and Twitter crowned Kirk the worst vacation partner of all time. Forget snorkeling and sightseeing, the only tour Kirk got was a guided trip through his own mess. The math never seemed to math. The way people told it, Kirk was pushing 40 and Rashida was allegedly sneaking out of high school prom to go on dates.
They're at a strip club. Fast forward to, they had sex. Fast forward to, now she's pregnant. Fast forward to, he moved her in your old building. She lives downstairs from y'all. She's met Carter. She's hung out with Kirk's family.
Savage, but completely false. Court records eventually shut it all down. Rashida was 23 years old when she married Kirk. Not 17, not 19, not just turned 21. She was grown, period. Case closed. But by then, the streets didn't care. The rumor had already gone viral like a bad mixtape. Twitter was relentless. Memes popped up with captions like, Kirk Frost, the original groomer, while others compared Rashida's situation to every shady Hollywood May-December romance. And poor Rashida, she had to get on camera, rolling her eyes, explaining her birth year like she was fighting for her life in a geometry class. But here's the kicker. Kirk didn't even deserve the sugar daddy predator image. He's messy, yes. A cheater, yes. A walking midlife crisis in cargo shorts, absolutely.
Notably cheating on Rashida on screen during a getaway on Love and Hip Hop. This moment became one of the most infamous in the series. Kirk's denial of paternity when Rashida became pregnant during Season 2 of Love and Hip Hop was a defining moment in their storyline, causing significant strife in their marriage. In Season 3, Kirk took a DNA...
But in this one rare case, he was innocent, which is almost disappointing because it would have explained so much about his questionable behavior. The funniest part is how Rashida handled it. She didn't scream. She didn't flip tables. Sis just laughed and said, "Y'all got me messed up. I was grown." That's it. Calm, confident. A clapback so smooth it killed half the fun for the haters. And still, some people refuse to let the rumor die. It's like Bigfoot sightings or Tupac conspiracy theories. Every time Kirk pops up on TV, somebody dusts off the old, "but wasn't she underage?" It all started when K. Michelle accused Rashida of being a homewrecker. She said Rashida was standing by an abusive man.
I want to cry no more, I promise y'all. I said I ain't want to cry about this no more because at the end of the day, this is a lesson. But more than anything, this is a lesson for you to understand what you've done. You know, we have children, and that's the main thing that bothers me, is we have children who look at you like a superhero. You are a father, and for you to do this, you didn't think about.
A reference to K. Michelle's ex, Memphis, and defending the indefensible. That alone would have been spicy enough for VH1, but Rashida wasn't about to let anyone come for her crown. She clapped back with the precision of a woman who's been rehearsing insults in the mirror since middle school. Suddenly, every episode felt like a rap battle without a beat. K. Michelle called Rashida fake. Rashida called K. Michelle messy. K. Michelle accused her of riding for the wrong man. Rashida hit back by mocking K. Michelle's career. It wasn't a feud, it was a demolition derby of reputations. And the fans, whoop, Twitter was lit. People picked sides like it was the Super Bowl. Team K versus Team Rashida, memes, hashtags, fan edits. Somebody even made a fake WWE-style poster with the two of them squaring up like they were about to headline WrestleMania. The best part? The feud gave us some of the most iconic one-liners in Love Hip Hop history. Rashida saw K. Michelle as a loudmouth trying to drag her marriage through the mud. Both women thought they were standing for something bigger. Neither was willing to back down. To this day, fans still argue over who won. K. Michelle got her revenge in sound bites. Rashida kept her marriage and brand intact. But really, the true winner was VH1. Ratings went through the roof, social media exploded, and the feud cemented both women as reality TV legends. Now, let's be clear. Both Kirk and the alleged stepdaughter denied it instantly. Rashida stood firm too, saying the whole thing was disgusting and made up. But like all the best, and by best, I mean most toxic, reality rumors, denial didn't kill it. If anything, it spread faster. Mess loves oxygen. The timeline was savage. People were tweeting things like, Kirk Frost out here skipping child support and starting incest rumors in the same decade. Multi-talented? Another viral meme slapped Kirk's face on a Game of Thrones poster with the caption, House Frost, where the family tree is a circle. Brutal. What made this rumor stick wasn't evidence, because there was none. It was the fact that Kirk's reputation was already in the gutter. Let's be real. This is a man known for cheating while his wife was pregnant, denying his own child on TV, and wilding out in hot tubs like he was auditioning for Girls Gone Wild, Geriatric Edition. When your resume looks like that, people don't need proof. They just need a good headline. The alleged pregnancy angle only added fuel. Some blogs swore they had insiders confirming it. Others claimed Rashida's silence was proof she was covering up.
And I didn't believe anything she's telling me at this point, right? I was like, show me something. So she shows me text messages from Kirk. I said, let me see the number. She was like, no, he uses a whole nother phone. He got 2 phones.
Really?
She showed me a video. And the video was her in her apartment and Kirk is holding the baby. And she was like, say hi to daddy.
Never mind that Rashida was literally on national TV looking ready to fight for her family every other episode. Gossip blogs ate it up because Kirk's name guaranteed clicks. And here's the kicker, Kirk didn't help himself. Instead of going scorched earth legal, he brushed it off, shrugged in interviews, and let the rumor float around. Sir, when the allegation is sleeping with your stepdaughter, you don't shrug it off. You grab every lawyer in Atlanta and sue until the line. Gucci allegedly called Kirk old and broke and dragged Rashida for her looks, basically telling the world she wasn't that girl. Now, pause. It's one thing when random Twitter users clown you. It's another thing when one of trap music's founding fathers takes time out of his 16-bar sermon to cook your entire marriage. That's not shade, that's deforestation. Fans lost it. The internet immediately crowned Gucci the winner of a beef Kirk didn't even know he was in. Memes were everywhere, side-by-sides of Rashida and Nicki Minaj with captions like, "This is why Nicki made it and you didn't." Savage. People dragged Kirk like, how you a music manager but the only time you're naming a rap is when you're being clowned? And the wildest part, Kirk didn't clap back. At all. Not a verse, not a diss track, not even a spicy Instagram post. He just stayed silent, which, let's be honest, made it worse. In hip-hop, silence after a diss means you're basically agreeing with the bars. It's like Gucci said, "You're old and broke," and Kirk responded with, "Well, rent is due." And Rashida? She didn't even need to throw punches. Her silence, her stares, her quiet dignity made Kirk look even more pathetic. She was the queen watching her court jester juggle lies in a kiddie pool. Fans cheered for her, but you could see the hurt. Imagine being pregnant, hormonal, and watching your husband splash around with bikini babes on cable TV. Phew. The hot tub scandal became a symbol of Kirk's entire brand. Careless, reckless, disrespectful. People still reference it as the moment they gave up hope for him.
But you haven't signed anything and he hasn't signed anything yet.
No.
Is that because are you guys still trying to work it out? Or does it just make more sense for you guys to just be separated right now?
Well, the thing is, we've sat and had a conversation about trying to maybe not do it through attorneys and see if we can come to some type of agreement, that way. And at the same time, I also feel like, and it's not even the point of just trying to work it out, but I'm also like, I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I pretty much kind of got the information, and am I ready to serve him with these papers?
Even Nicki Minaj, we'll get to that tea later, chimed in, blasting him publicly for embarrassing his wife like that. This was peak hot tub era. Kirk wilding with bikini babes on national TV while Rashida was pregnant, denying babies, demanding DNA tests, and embarrassing his wife like it was his part-time job. The world already hated him. But then Nicki stepped in and put the final nail in his reputation coffin. She hopped online and blasted him so hard, you could practically hear the ether in her tone. Nicki didn't sugarcoat, didn't play neutral. She straight up said Kirk was disrespectful and Rashida deserved better. When Nicki Minaj, the woman who raps about dropping men for breathing wrong, tells you to get your life together, you know you've reached a new low. The internet exploded. Barbs flooded Kirk's socials with clown emojis, divorce him sis comments, and gifs of Nicki rolling her eyes. It was brutal. One fan even tweeted, "If Nicki says leave Kirk, that's basically law. Rashida, grab your bag and bounce." Another said, "Kirk Frost waking up to Nicki Minaj's shade is the closest he'll ever get to a Grammy." Phew. And let's be real, Nicki wasn't just defending Rashida. She was speaking for every woman who's ever been disrespected by a man who looks like he lost the fight with puberty. Kirk wasn't just a bad husband. He was a walking PSA for what not to accept in a marriage. Nicki gave voice to what millions of viewers were already screaming at their TVs. The setup? Classic Kirk. While Rashida was out here being a boss, raising kids, running boutiques, and holding down her household, Kirk was allegedly playing sugar daddy to Jasmine. Monthly allowances, cars, apartments. This man was running a whole mini stimulus package for his side chick. Meanwhile, Rashida was at home making excuses for him on national TV.
You know, this is the first time something like this has happened in our marriage, and I'm feeling like, okay, you know, is the answer immediately, although it's all this crazy stuff that's happened, is the answer immediately divorce, you know, step into this place, or is it let's try to figure out if we're going to just separate and try to work out percentages, things like to that nature. So that's kind of where it is right now. Just maybe considering not having to do an actual divorce, but just at this moment, but just figuring out what we want to do and see if we want to go ahead and take it to the divorce line later, or you know, that may not be the case. As of right now, who's to say? My main concern ain't even just the fact of filing the divorce. It's just about trying to, you know, stay focused, not overstress myself, and get ready for this baby, whether he's a part of the situation.
The audacity is louder than Kirk's midlife crisis wardrobe. And then the baby bomb dropped. Jasmine revealed she'd given birth to a son, Cannon, and claimed Kirk was the father. The internet went full Maury Povich mode overnight. Is Kirk the daddy? Trended harder than Rashida's music ever did. Sorry, sis. Fans were glued to their screens waiting for the results. When the DNA test confirmed it, yes, Kirk was Cannon's dad, the entire fan base let out a collective, "We knew it." Because let's be honest, Kirk denying paternity is his toxic love language. But this time, there was no escape hatch. The receipts were living, breathing, and probably had Kirk's nose. Rashida's reaction? Iconic. She didn't scream. She didn't throw bottles. She looked like a woman who had been publicly humiliated so many times. She'd gone numb. Her silence, her calm, her refusal to give Jasmine the satisfaction of a meltdown, that was power. Fans rallied behind her, calling her Queen Rashida, but also begging her to leave. Meanwhile, Kirk cried on camera, again, doing the I made mistakes routine like a washed-up soap actor, but nobody was buying it. Not after the hot tub, not after the DNA test demand, and definitely not after baby Cannon. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a whole new family tree. Fans were flabbergasted. Kirk wasn't just cheating, he was investing. He was buying stability for his side chick, while Rashida was at home handling pregnancy, business, and public humiliation. One tweet perfectly summed it up. Kirk Frost out here running a side business called How to Be the Worst Husband. And honestly, who could argue? The car? Oh yes. Jasmine claimed Kirk literally handed over a car, an official vehicle to drive her and Cannon around, while Rashida was left holding the keys to a reality TV nightmare.
It's Kirk's baby.
Kirk who? Kirk who?
Kirk Frost.
Kirk, you have a baby by this girl.
Do I have a baby? Do I look like I got a baby by her?
Do you know her? Have you seen her before?
You don't know me?
I might have seen you in Atlanta.
Kirk, you don't know me.
Do I?
Social media lost it. Memes flooded in. Kirk in a chauffeur hat, handing over a Lamborghini captioned, "When you cheat, but make it tax deductible." Iconic. The allowances? Not pocket change. Jasmine allegedly received monthly payments like clockwork. Fans were like, bro, you can't even manage your marriage, but you're budgeting side chick salaries? It painted Kirk as a man with the strategic mind of a cartoon villain. Calculated, greedy, and tragically oblivious. Naturally, Rashida's fanbase went ballistic. Twitter exploded with calls for justice, screenshots of Jasmine's claims, and endless speculation about what other perks Kirk was hiding. Meanwhile, Kirk stayed quiet, because what could he possibly say? Yes, I mismanaged my marriage while financially supporting another woman. That's a hard no. This scandal wasn't just about betrayal. It was about audacity. And Kirk's audacity reached mythic levels. Giving a car and allowances while pregnant wife at home, that's not just cheating, that's a financial side hustle of shame. Reality TV fans were left laughing, crying, and simultaneously questioning if Kirk had ever even heard the word, boundaries. Bottom line, the Frosts have turned marital ambiguity into an art form. Divorce rumors swirl like storm clouds, but the lack of legal filings keeps the suspense alive. Fans are hooked, theories are rampant, and Kirk and Rashida, they're silently laughing behind the scenes, masters of drama, suspense, and reality TV chaos,